Okay, let's look at the homework 3.1, number 10. All right, so we are looking for this C value such that the line y equals 1 over 6x plus 3 over 2 is tangent to the curve. All right, then the biggest problem with this is that we don't know the point of tangency. So what we do is, let's let x1 comma y1, right? So let's say this is the point of tangency. So this is the point of tangency. Right? All right, so which means that this point has to be on the tangent line and also the curve at the same time. So we have two equations. So y1 is going to be equal to 1/6 x1 plus 3 over 2, right? And also it's on the curve, so we have this equation, y1 is equal to c times square root of x1, right? So by setting these two guys equal to each other, we can get this equation. So we have c square root of x1 is equal to 1 over 6 x1 plus 3 over 2, right? So we just have equation, but we still have two unknowns, so we need a more equation. All right, then also we know that the slope of the tangent line is 1/6, so which means that the derivative of this guy at x1 should be 1/6. So let's take the derivative. So let's see here, y is equal to, so this can be rewritten as x c times x to the 1/2 power. So if you take the derivative of that, y prime is equal to, so c times 1/2, so c over 2, and x to the, subtract 1 from the power, so it's negative 1/2, right? So which is, we can probably rewrite it as c over 2 times square root of x. All right, so when you plug in, so this means that when you plug in, slope is going to be, let's see, c over 2 times square root of x1. So we plug in x1, then we know that this must be equal to 1/6, because the slope of the tangent line is 1/6. All right, so from here we can say solve for x1. So let's say we're going to multiply both sides by say 2 square root of x1 to get c is equal to 2 square root of x1 over 6, right? So you cancel 2's, and 2 and 6, we have 3. Then you see that we can just multiply by 3 to get 3c is equal to square root of x, right? Note that the square root of x1 is non-negative. C is going to be non-negative. So just note that c is going to be non-negative, right? So if you want to solve for x1, you can just square both sides to get x1 to be, so square both sides, x1 to be just the 9c squared. All right, so if that's the case, we can actually plug it into here to get a condition on c. So right? So since x1 is 9c squared, so we're going to put that in here. So c times square root of 9c squared would be 3c squared. So 3c squared, right? Then x1 is 9c squared divided by 6. So that's going to be, let's just simplify that. It's a 3 over 2 c squared plus 3 over 2. So we can solve. So subtract 3 over 2 c squared. You get 3 over 2 c squared is equal to 3 over 2, right? Then you can just divide through by 3 over 2 and 3 over 2. So it's going to be 1, right? So c is plus or minus 1. So this means that by taking the square root, c is equal to plus or minus 1, right? But remember, c has to be positive, so it's got to be positive 1, right? So therefore, c is positive 1. Right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.